The Last Choke, LeBron James documentary event. Y'all requested it, and I gotta give y'all what y'all want, man. Y'all been talking about the flop, the choke, this and that. Y'all done requested this video so much, I just had to go ahead and do it. We got more MJ reactions coming soon. We got music reactions coming. We're gonna be doing a lot. We trying to do great things. If you're new to the content, hit that like button. By liking the video, the way the YouTube algorithm works, YouTube will push the video out to more people. You'll be directly helping me go. But also hit that subscribe button. Not holding y'all any longer. We just gonna jump into it, bro. Let's get it.
On June 26, 2003, David Stern stepped to a podium at the theater at Madison Square Garden and made an announcement that would forever change the fabric of NBA history.
The Cleveland Cavaliers select LeBron James.
And for nearly 20 years since that fateful day, LeBron James has been delivering a non-stop assault on the NBA, from ushering in the era of the super team and destroying the competitive balance of the sport, to elevating the flopping game to unparalleled heights, while begging officials to bail him out in series after heart-pounding playoff series. Perhaps the biggest staple of this all-time great's legendary career has been his ability to come up the smallest when the lights were at their brightest. And as is so often the case with most immortals, we are left almost in sheer disbelief, wondering if what we just saw really even happened. But following his most recent and predictable high-profile choke job in the Western Conference Finals against the Denver Nuggets, it was this time LeBron's turn to step to a podium and wonder if after 20 years of delighting us with his hilarious failures, this might have been it.
Failures?
A lot to think about, to be honest, and just for me personally, going forward with the game of basketball, got a lot to think about.
The end of the ride, his final show, the last choke.
The last
LeBron certainly
choke
has been prolific and dazzling with his abilities to crumble in big moments, and it started at a very early age and stage of his NBA career, when in the 2006-2007 season, LeBron, in just his fourth NBA season, would make his first of 10 NBA Finals appearances, and he would not disappoint.
Stop! Wait, before we even go any further, bro. If you're gonna talk about him choking, this is his fourth season in the league, and we got the team he carried to the finals. He didn't have much help. I'm just throwing it out there. Y'all gotta chill. The hate is real. I'm not gonna say he don't be choking. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying to choose this one, fourth year in the league, young LeBron carrying a team of basically misfits. And now y'all gonna say that he choked? He choked? You could say that, but look who he was playing, the Spurs. I don't know. I don't think this specifically had to, like, you could say he choked, but maybe at this point he wasn't ready. But that's only at this point. And I know what y'all about to do because I know his accolades and I know what's about to happen with the rest of this. Y'all knew what y'all was doing when y'all wanted me to watch this one. Let's jump back into it.
Pundits in the mass media and his fan base often give him a pass for this loss because of his relative age and supporting cast, but many downplay how close this series actually was. The Cavs' defense was fantastic that season and postseason, and it held the Spurs
because
to
of
just
LeBron.
86 points per game on 44% shooting from the field throughout the series, and two of these games were a one-possession margin. Yet the Cavaliers would ultimately be swept in this series behind the young king, averaging just 22 points per game.
Bro, just like y'all could say he choked, you could also say that he carried and he overachieved with a team that wasn't as good. That shouldn't have even been competitive to that Spurs squad. You could also look at it that way. It's two sides to every story. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And don't get me wrong. He said the exact same thing I was saying from the beginning. So y'all know I know what I'm talking about, bro. Like, bro, the man was young. And that man had more wins than Ilgastis. Verjao? Who else was on that team? Listen, the way they speaking about it is like, oh, he didn't do enough. No, the fact that he had his team that close with the supporting cast that he had at that age, that's amazing. That's amazing. And like they said, the games were close. They held him to 80-something points. He shouldn't have, like, That was because of LeBron. That was because of him. If he wasn't on that team wouldn't have been in the playoffs, especially not in the finals. So y'all can say it like y'all want to say it. That, oh, he choked and this and that. But at the same time, there's two sides to every story. Let's get back into it.
In the 4-game sweep on 35% shooting. But 2 years
35%.
later, in the 2008-2009 season, LeBron would be named MVP of the league for the first time in his career, while leading the Cleveland Cavaliers to the best record in the NBA, a gaudy 66-16 record. They steamrolled through the first 2 rounds of the NBA playoffs, sweeping the Detroit Pistons and the Atlanta Hawks. A high-profile showdown between the actual best player in the NBA at that time, Kobe Bryant, and the media's king, LeBron James, seemed to be all but imminent. The only thing standing in MVP LeBron's path was an Orlando Magic team led by 23-year-old Dwight Howard. Of course,
young D.
we all
Howard,
know
nice.
how that ended up, with Kobe Bryant winning his 4th title after beating the Orlando Magic 4-1 in those finals. But LeBron would return next year in the 2009-2010
I'll say he
season,
probably choked
looking
that
for
MVP year.
vengeance, and he would defend his regular season MVP award, again leading the Cleveland Cavaliers to the best record in the NBA. And after a gentleman's sweep of the Bulls in the first round, he would come up against the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference semifinals, and the Cavs found themselves in a dogfight, tied 2-2 in that series and facing a pivotal swing Game 5 at home when LeBron straight up quit in this game, playing 41 minutes and scoring just 15 points on 3 of 14 shooting as the Cavs got absolutely dismantled on their home court, pushing them to the brink of elimination in Game 6. And of course, we all know how that one ended too, with Kobe Bryant winning his 5th title after beating the Celtics in 7. But this series broke LeBron James.
Okay, I can't. He choked, and he choked at the MVP. The year when he was MVP in 66 and 16, he choked. Now, I'm gonna keep it a beam with y'all. But that first one, nah, that was a stretch. Y'all just wanted to make that. You could say he choked, but at the same time, he was overly doing more than he needed to do at that point. But after the team was 66 and 16, and then MVP, like now, dog, you choked. You definitely choked. You was MVP. You should have been able to make that happen. You couldn't get your team over the hump. I'll give y'all that. I think that was either 2 that Kobe won, or was either 1. I think it was the 4th and the 5th. He choked. He definitely choked, and that was supposed to be the matchup, but then, it ended up being D-Howe and Kobe. So I'll give y'all that. Definitely the last 2 for sure. He definitely choked. Let's jump back into it.
And in turn, he would go on to break the NBA. A then back-to-back league MVP, being falsely touted by many as the best player in the NBA, would decide to get on his hands and knees and crawl his ass to Dwayne Wade's team.
In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
2 top 5 players in the sport joining forces in their prime in a weakened conference, who then recruited Chris Bosh. Bosh, at the time, of course, had played 7 years in Toronto and made 6 All-Star appearances over that time and had a career average of 20 points and 10 rebounds per game. That team was so unfairly stacked, so unbeatable. A then ringless king felt so confident he would proclaim that he and the Heat would win not just a championship, but
not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7.
What would ensue the following
Okay. I'm not gonna cap. He was tripping. He was definitely tripping. And I'm not even going to say that they was wrong about this. Like, join with D-Wade, that was possibly the weakest move he could have possibly did, especially bringing Bosh. Well, Bosh joining in too. But if we gonna give LeBron that label and say it was weak and he crawled over there, like y'all say, didn't Chris Bosh do the same thing? Like, Chris Bosh was a 20 and 10 All-Star. He was that guy where he was. They both crawled over there. So let's just call a spade, and they both did. But I will agree that was a weak move. That was a weak move. They created like possibly the first real super team. So yeah, I give y'all that. And he had choked twice back-to-back MVPs. I think he said choked twice. So yeah, Kobe showed him. Kobe was definitely the best player at that time, even though he won MVP. Because you being the MVP with that type of record, you should have been in the finals, winning in the finals each of those years. So he definitely choked right then and there. But let's jump back into it.
In NBA Finals was a tour de force of choking. LeBron's magnum opus choke job, his grand masterpiece. The Heat rolled through the Eastern Conference with a 12-3 record and had a 2-1 lead in the NBA Finals against a severely undermanned Dallas Mavericks team with only one All-Star, looking to take a stranglehold in the finals and move just one step away from capturing his first NBA title. LeBron took a hot, steamy dump in his pants, playing 45 minutes and scoring just 8 points on 3 for 11 shooting, including 0 points in the fourth quarter of a game.
0. God, I can't do it. I can't lie. I'm not gonna cap. Now that right there might have been the biggest choke in his career, and I can agree on that. He even pissed me off with that one. The Dallas Mavericks only had Dirk and Jason Terry. How did they even lose with the Avengers? How did they had the Justice League and lost? Chris Bosh, D Wade, Shane Battier, LeBron James, Mario Chalmers. Bro, there's no way possible y'all should have lost to basically just Dirk Nowitzki. I'll give y'all that. I will completely give y'all biggest choke. The man had 0 in the fourth, 8 points in the whole game. I mean, if you're the greatest, you don't do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, bro, you gotta step up at them type of times. But that's the one thing I always do admit, though. Y'all can't lie. I always do admit he don't have a killer instinct, and that clutch factor is really not there when we need it to be. When we really need him to step up and take over the game in the fourth quarter, he does stuff like that. I hate it, and I'm gonna agree with y'all on that one. That's some choke. That's a choke artist right there. That's a choke artist. He flopped all over that. So yeah, I give y'all that one. Let's jump back into it.
That was 82-81 with 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. From on the doorstep of taking a decisive
they had Jason Kidd too,
to not winning another game the rest of the way. The Heat would
That's
go
no
on
way
to
that team was supposed to beat Miami.
4-2, and LeBron was the third leading scorer on his own team and fifth leading scorer in the series. A reigning back-to-back two-time league MVP in his 8th season got outscored and outshot by 33-year-old Jason Terry in this series.
Yep. Jason Terry was snapping.
17 points per game for the series may look. It pales in comparison to how pathetic he was in the fourth quarter, scoring
17 points per game is not good
total in the 6 fourth quarters of the series. But even that doesn't seem so bad when you dig deeper into his clutch time play throughout this series, meaning in the final 5 minutes of games within 5 points or less. In these such situations, LeBron scored exactly 0 points.
0.0.
After finally breaking through the championship glass ceiling the next 2 seasons with his unbeatable super teams, 2 years later, LeBron would be up to his old tricks again, back in the NBA Finals and getting humiliated, blown off of the court by the San Antonio Spurs in 5 games, signaling the end of LeBron's tenure in Miami, only 5 championships short of his prediction. It was off to bigger and better things. Back in Cleveland,
5 whole
with a shiny
championship
new
short.
super team to try to ring stack with. Everything was going according to form as the self-proclaimed king hit the game-winning, series-clinching shot in Game 7 against the Warriors.
No, they didn't.
Well, no, he didn't. That was Kyrie Irving. But LeBron did
Don't do that to me.
finally
Don't do
get
that
his
to me,
third
bro.
ring, and it was all for Cleveland.
Cleveland! This is for you!
Well, no, it wasn't.
That one right there made you the greatest player of all time.
But it
See, that was
like
whack.
the
I didn't like
championship
how he-
window was wide open for LeBron.
I'm not gonna lie, real quick. I don't like how he proclaimed himself as the greatest of all time. Like that one right there, I feel like it made me, dude, shut up. And at the end of the day, one thing I do have to say, real seriously, y'all doing that bad. Because at the end of the day, going back and watching the other videos, if y'all real Jordan fans, Y'all know that Jordan couldn't get over the hump. He couldn't get past Larry Bird in them first 2 or 3 seasons until they picked up Scotty and Horace Grant, if I'm not mistaken. And then after that, when they got Dennis Rodman. So at the same time, it's not the same because those guys were added to his team and he never left. But at the same time, he needed help just like LeBron needed help. LeBron just went go get the help, and his help was put on his team. It's regardless, they both needed help. It's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm saying. Let's jump back into it.
LeBron with his latest super team until Kevin Durant and Steph Curry slammed it shut using the same playbook the NBA
that was a super team
scripted years earlier. And thus, it was time to find something else. And he found it in LA. Well, actually, it was more like in Orlando, where he managed to win the flukiest ring in NBA history in the Disney bubble, behind Anthony Davis, who led the NBA playoffs that year in points scored and played masterful defense.
That was probably the best Anthony Davis ever played.
Year 20, at the age of 38, it was all coming together one final time. One more magical garbage championship for the King as they went all the way from out of the playoffs with less than 2 weeks remaining in the regular season to steamrolling their way into the Western Conference Finals behind Anthony Davis and a myriad of big contributions from a number of Lakers role players. The Lakers had everything they could possibly ask for in this series, with Anthony Davis playing elite, league best type defense while averaging 27 points and 14 rebounds per game.
7 and 14?
Contributing 21 points per game on 55% shooting, and Rui Hachimura coming off the bench to add great defense of his own, along with 15 points per game on 53%
They was supporting.
The Lakers were squarely within every game in this series, as all 4 games were within 1 possession late in the fourth quarter, with LeBron, ball in hand, at multiple moments throughout the series, clanking the game-tying 3 with 45 seconds left in Game 1, blowing this layup that would have made it a 2-point game with 30 seconds left in Game 2, and this hilarious travel that of course went uncalled, followed by an epic brick that didn't even touch the rim that could have tied Game 4 with just under 30 seconds left in the game. But with only 4 seconds left and the Lakers down by 2, LeBron got one more opportunity to extend the game and the series. He would not disappoint.
James on the drive, goes inside, stop, shot blocked, gets it back. It's over. It's over.
Overall for the series, LeBron shot 7 of 23 for just 30% in the fourth quarters, where every quarter was close. And the overall net margin of differential was only 24 points for the Nuggets. If only the Lakers had a viable option in clutch time. With the future all of a sudden uncertain, it remains to be seen if this is truly the last moment we will see of LeBron on an NBA court, or if possibly he will recruit another Hall of Famer or 2 to amass yet another super team this offseason. But if this was truly the last time we see LeBron, he went out doing what he does best and delighting us all one final time.
So you saying what he does best is choking? That's what he's saying? Look, I'll be completely honest. I'll give him that. This man choke a lot. When you look at it, when it's all laid out in front of you, this man chokes a lot. But at the same time, he does have a couple of good, like some real good runs. That block, he a couple of the championships that he got, like, yeah, Kyrie did hit that big shot. Kyrie hit the shot to win the game, but he averaged a triple-double that series, if I'm not mistaken. If that's not that same series, that other series with the Warriors, he got one of the game-winning blocks on Iguodala. Like, there was times where he did great things. Now, he does choke more than he does great things. I'll give y'all that. I don't even feel like that bubble championship count, to be completely honest. I'm not gonna lie, I agree with y'all on that. I don't feel like it should count. Nobody was really hooping, and that's the only time Anthony Davis ever stepped up for real and hooped like he was supposed to. I'm gonna throw that out there. He has never, not even to say he always hoops like he's supposed to. He can't stay on the court. That's the only time he actually stayed on the court without getting injured. Because if any other time, like a lot of times when he was in the playoffs with the Lakers, or either when the Magic was close, well, I think it was in the playoffs that first year. If he would stop getting hurt, they would be unstoppable. But at the same time, yeah, he's a choke. Yeah, I don't want to say he's a choke artist. I was about to hurt my own feelings, but when you lay it out in front of me like that, that was a whole lot of choking. I'll give y'all every single one. I'll give y'all every single one except for that first one. Except for the first one where it was his fourth season and he was playing the Spurs. Spurs all team with Greg Popovich as the coach, and then that's when they had Tim Duncan. They had a nasty squad at that time. That wasn't a choke. He shouldn't even been in the finals at that point with the team he had. So I'm just gonna go out and every single one was right. I agree with y'all. The choking is real. It's upsetting, but definitely humbles me. You know, definitely a very humbling situation. Lets you know, like, hey, when it comes down to being clutch, he's not that guy. I'm he so many times he missed clutch shots that it just don't make sense. And that's not what a winner does. That's not what the GOAT does, at least. Like he's definitely top tier. He's probably above mostly everybody, but whenever it comes down to MJ would hit that clutch shot. All those shots he was missing, MJ probably would have finished every single one of those. Through the contact, everything. Yeah, one of the most things I hated about him was the softness, the choking, no clutch factor, no killer instinct. And I already knew, I already knew most of the facts going into the video, so I kind of knew what was coming. I will give y'all each and every one. That bubble championship to me don't even count. You know what I'm saying? They got a ring and everything, but it don't really count for real. But the one early in his career, his fourth year. Come on, man, y'all can't do that. Y'all every one I give y'all that. But please, just think about the supporting cast he had at that time. Think about who he was playing against, and then think about his age. He was a newbie. He was just coming into his own. I don't think he choked that much. I think he overdid it. I think he did better than the expectations at that point in his career. But that's the only one I'm gonna take from y'all. Every other one, y'all, right? Like he just needs to get it together, to be honest. And the thing about needing other stars, I mean, I'll say Jordan didn't need as many stars as he did, and it's not like Jordan was out there trying to go. The thing that makes it bad for LeBron, in my opinion, is the fact that he would go and he's going follow the stars. Like he went over to Miami with Chris Bosh, which that was weak. That was weak for both of them though. And that wasn't the only people they picked up. That was just the two big names, which made it a super team. Which didn't he create? That was like the first real super team. And then after that, when he leaves and he goes to Cleveland. Not only when he went to Cleveland, that's weak moves. When he went to Cleveland, Kyrie had already took over that team. Then they picked up Kevin Love. Then we needed JR. Amon Shepard. He started he needs a lot of help. He needs a lot of help. And that's the one thing about Jordan. He stayed on his same team. They got Scottie Pippen and they got Dennis Rodman. Now the rest of the supporting cast, they're pretty good. I don't know if I would want to say Dennis Rodman was a superstar. Defensively, for sure he wasn't rebounded, but his offense was a little You know what I'm saying? But we can say he's a superstar. Jordan had Scottie Pippen, and he had Dennis Rodman, for sure. One superstar. You can't say Scottie not a superstar. Offense, defensively, both of them. Passing, he had a complete game. So, they both had help, is all I'm saying. Just the way LeBron does things, he down bad. It's weak moves. It's like, even whenever he went to the Lakers, Anthony Davis, they picked up Carmelo. Y'all remember that year after the bubble? Whenever they started picking it, they picked up an old squad. They had Melo, Westbrook. He really do be setting stuff up like that. And I'm not gonna lie, it don't matter. He always try to create him a super team, like a team that just looks unbeatable. But it never really works because those people make too much money and the contracts just don't go good together. So y'all not gonna be able to keep them for too many years. I give y'all that. It was weak. He be choking. I'm not denying it. It's facts. I can't deny the facts in front of me, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. And when we compare him to Jordan, that's the reason why I feel like, Jordan is goated, maybe 1A, 1B type-ish, but Jordan is a little over him because that man didn't choke. That man had the killer instinct, and he would get it every single time. And that's the thing people don't understand about real winning and real percentages. A lot of people like to argue, oh, he only had 6. He only had 6, whoop-de-whoop. LeBron went there 10, 12 times, whoop-de-whoop. Okay, that's cool, but you only won 5, out of the, the 12 times you went. So if that man went 6 for 6, that means every time he win, he didn't lose. That's real killer instinct. That's real clutchness. That's a real winner. And this video really exposed the things that I really don't like about LeBron the most: the choking, the softness, the flopping, the crying, the needing all this help when you supposed to be the greatest and self-proclaiming yourself to be the greatest of all time, dude. Come on, that's a new low. Let the people choose. That's all I'm saying. So I mean, this was a good video. This was all right, man. We're gonna do some more. We're gonna do some more of them. I'm not gonna be in denial here. I'm not even gonna be delusional. But god dang, why y'all be doing that? And he would crush me, be like, oh yeah, he finished it this time. Oh, you did it. Y'all know you hit this plus shot and then clank. Why you doing that to me, bro? Like, come on, man. I was trying to get excited for one thing in the video. Give my boy something. It is what it is, bro. I appreciate y'all. This was actually a good video. It was good information. It was very insightful, and it was very factual. So we don't deny the facts here. We're not delusional. We do not deny the facts. So this was good. It was definitely good insight, and the only knock I got to it is that first one they was talking about, which I don't feel like was so much of a choke. He was just very young in his career, and I feel like he was overachieving at that point. But everybody has their own opinion. I appreciate you guys for the video. If you have any other requests, you want to check out some LeBron stuff, you want to check out some Michael Jordan, want to check out some music, drop it down in the comments. Let me know. I'll try to get to it as soon as possible. But like the video. By liking the video, the way the YouTube algorithm works, YouTube will push the video out to more people and you'll be directly helping me to grow. And also, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Everyone's subscriber counts. So, never know, man. If everybody that watches the video subscribe to the channel, we'll probably be at 100,000 subscribers ASAP next month. Whatever. I can't do it without you. So, all those things are free. So spaz out on it at the bottom. And we're going to do great things. If you made it all the way through the video, you the real MVP. I hope you know what it is. And I'm out, you dick.